Hey guys, Duane Richins, door-to-door realtor. Welcome back. I've got some awesome stuff today. We brought the queen of social media, Paige Steckling. She is here with us. It's going to be so much fun. We are going to dive deep into social media. Now, I built my business my first year selling 89 homes part-time, but I posted all the time on social media. Paige is going to laugh when she hears my strategies, but it was simple as posting on Facebook every time I put it under contract, every time I closed a deal. And then I had no clue what to do. So I would jump on and just simply talk about the market. And I would talk for 5 minutes live. And it's amazing how much engagement, but we're bringing an expert. My theories worked and they're very simple, uneducated theories, but we're gonna have Paige tell us how she has built a massive business just off of social media. So Paige, take it away and teach these guys what you do to kill it.
Awesome. Thanks, Duane. I'm excited to be on here. So yeah, I've been doing real estate for a little over 11 years and just started with hustling for every single deal. Like most agents out there, was always like, where is my next deal coming from? Was always feel like I was fighting for scraps. Like each deal was just like, I had to hustle to get every single one. And I started posting on Instagram a few years ago, very similar to you. I just created a small little account. I would do, like just solds, just listed. And then I would also do deals of the week or featured listings. Like when I didn't have a ton of my own listings, I'd only have one at a time back then. So I would just reach out to agents that had a really cool, a really nice listing, and I'd call it listing of the week. If there was a great deal on an investment property, I'd call it deal of the week. So I started getting some traction that way. And I find it interesting that you said you started just posting when you would put something under contract or put something active. Nobody really cares about that, right? Like nobody really cares when we put a home under contract, when we sell a home. We can make it interesting to somebody. Like reality TV shows everybody loves right now. So if we can tell a cool story about it or something unique or something that we learned from it or how we got this home sold for X amount above asking price, then people are interested. But it was really when you started just going live and giving market updates that you really started getting some traction and people started getting interested, because that's just straight adding value. Most people are going about their day. They have no idea what's happening in the market. Everybody typically at some point or another wants to buy a house, wants to invest in real estate. So just staying updated on the market, learning about how to buy a house, learning, what they can do to get a good deal on real estate. I feel like that's what keeps people around and keeps people interested. So I started just posting like deals of the week, listings of the week. And what I noticed is it really just started legitimizing me. People didn't know if it was my listing or somebody else's listing. And then I had more and more people reach out to me, it was just reminding them, helping me stay top of mind with people that I wasn't necessarily calling on my, 10 calls I was supposed to be doing for a week, or somebody like from high school that I hadn't really kept in touch with. Like I got a deal from his friend who was buying up in Utah. So it really helped keep me top of mind. And I actually was inspired to start doing my own listing videos from a guy named Tim Smith, one of my friends. He's down in Orange County. He does these amazing listing videos. My friend actually sent me his one of his listing videos called Teach Me How to Duffy. And down in Newport, they have these little Duffy boats that a lot of the houses on the water, you can pull right up, and they have little docks you can park there. And so he remade the entire song, Teach Me How to Dougie, into Teach Me How to Duffy. And the video was just next level. It was a whole production, like full film, cinematic production. It was so fun. It was hilarious. I was laughing. I was like, holy crap, this looks so fun. Like I'm a creative. I'm not really an analytical. A spreadsheet makes me want to throw up. I hate sitting here and making my calls. I'm like, this is something I could add into my business that I would love. It would be fun. I had just started building my social media. And so at the time I was like, okay, well, you make a listing video, like where does it go? Like, it's not like you can't put it on the MLS. I'm like, how does this actually help sell the property? It's a financial investment to make these videos. And so I first just started really building my social platform. I just kind of figured it out on my own. Back then, not many people were using Instagram for real estate and getting business. So I just started posting random stuff, seeing what's working. Once Reels came out, I started going all in on Reels. I would just scroll through on my phone and see, something that would come up that I thought was funny or I thought was clever, or an audio that was cool, and I would just make it have to do with real estate. And before I dive too deep, really quick, I want to say you should, if you're trying to build your social media, all of us are guilty of doom scrolling on our phone at one point or another. You should never be doom scrolling on your phone. Like This is how you can turn doom scrolling into being actually productive. This is what I do still to this day. This is how I built my social media. Every time I'm doom scrolling on Instagram, I'm actually working. So this will make you feel a lot better about, when you're sitting on your phone scrolling on social media. I feel like it's work because I am never just mindlessly scrolling. Every single piece of content that I see, the algorithm is so good at curating your feed to exactly what you're going to like, exactly what you're going to want to see, exactly what you're going to love, because they want to keep you on there. They want to keep you addicted to the app. So every time I'm scrolling, I like most of the stuff that I'm seeing. It's either clever or helpful, or it's some cool video that I think is awesome. So every single piece of content I'm scrolling by, I'm thinking, how can I apply this to real estate? Whether it's something funny, how can I turn this idea into something similar that happens in the real estate industry? Whether it's a cool video, like I saw awesome, just random video of a motorcycle the other day. It was like just really cool shots and editing. I sent it to my videographer. I'm like, how can we do this exact same stuff for a house? And I have different albums saved in my Instagram. So I have one, I'll just click save and I save it to an album. One is called listing video ideas. Another one is called like local Utah hotspots. So like a cool restaurant or cool tips about Utah or a new coffee shop that just opened or cool tips to take your kids. I have another album that's just content in Utah, stuff that I thought was helpful that I want to remake. And then I have another one that's just real ideas to make, or it's literally called reels to make, and it's something funny or something helpful, anything that I see. Like now I have a bunch of real estate content show up for me, whether it's people in the mortgage industry or the real estate industry. If it's something I like and I think is cool or I think is helpful, I'll just save it. And there's really no new ideas. Like all creativity is just recycled ideas from something that somebody else has already done. So obviously you have to show up authentically. You can't just completely rip somebody else off word for word and try to look like them and sound like them. You have to give it your own flair. But the stuff that you're seeing, if you're liking it, it's curated to you. So it's stuff that already obviously kind of resonates with you. And then you can kind of put your own spin on it and make it your own and show up authentically. So a lot of people are like, how do you come up with these ideas? Like, you're so creative. I'm like, honestly, I'm really just repurposing other ideas. There's nothing I'm not some creative genius that just comes up with all this stuff on my own.
You are so creative. I've filmed with you and you are very creative in how you do that. So don't believe a word she's saying right now. She is very creative and she does come up with awesome ideas. In fact, Paige, I think you ought to give out your Instagram page. Everyone needs to follow Paige Steckling. So what is your Instagram and your YouTube so they can go see the awesome content that you're producing and why you're the queen of social media? What are your handles?
Well, thank you. My handle is just at Utah Real Estate Page. I wanted to keep it really simple. And for anybody else, your handle can just be your name. It's great if it has your area in it. Your bio should be really dialed. Say where you serve, what you do, some sort of accolades to legitimize you, some sort of proof of success. But yeah, my handle is Utah Real Estate Page across the board on every different platform. Super important to keep your handle streamlined across all your different platforms if you can. But also, I appreciate that. I am more of a creative than an analytical, but still the ideas I come up with, like even that door-to-door, the announcement video we did for you guys, I think I showed you, that was just stolen from another reel that I saw that I thought was cool. And the reason I have these ideas and I can come up with them is because, again, as I'm scrolling, I'm constantly thinking of how can I use this in my business. I'm never just scrolling aimlessly or mindlessly. So.
But the funny part is, I mean, I had to redo it like 5 times because I couldn't walk to rhythm. She's like, no. You've got to walk to rhythm with the music. I was like, I don't have rhythm. Come on. And then there were times like, nope, can't have the door open that much. We got to have it here first. And she's got it dialed down, folks, so that it looks really, really good. And she makes it look easy, which is awesome. So I think there's a ton of learning you can do. Paige and I travel quite a bit to do trainings. Paige is in my upline and she's above us. She does a lot of training on social media through our team. So if you guys are interested in looking at Real and joining our team, Paige would be part of that, and you would be able to learn from her weekly as she does trainings and building that out. But guys, we're local and live in a lot of locations. In fact, we were in Arizona, Chicago, Cincinnati, and Louisville last week. We're going to be in LA, the Bay Area. So if you want to hit us up, and I can teach you about the door-to-door side and have Paige teach you everything about social media, make sure you message me for our event list of where she's going to be with me, and we'll definitely get you guys out to see that. But Paige, what are some big things that people are doing wrong that they should correct with their social media?
So number one is what I already mentioned. Like, you've got to have your bio dialed when people click on it. If you have a real hit and it goes viral, it literally does nothing for you unless you have everything optimized on your profile and in your bio, because most of our reels don't go viral, right? They're just pushed out to a few people. But then when you do have one that hits, the people that click on your name and go and look at to check you out, it's basically like your resume for if they're going to follow you or not. So you've got to have your profile dialed with exactly what you do, what you have to offer. Have some posts pinned at the top that kind of give people an idea of what value they're going to get by following you. And then the other thing, nobody wants to hear this, but showing up consistently. That's how I built my whole page. Right now, I'm not doing what I was doing then, but for good reason. Now I have so much business that I'm like, I'm not even trying to build right now, because I'm kind of to my max. I either need to build out my team more or create better systems where I can handle more influx. Right now I'm to the point where I have as much business as me and my team can handle. And so I'm kind of just maintaining my social media right now with like high-end quality listing videos and like a random post here or there. We'll do like a monthly local post once a month at the beginning of the month. But how I built my social media, I have a strategy for, which as you know, I train on kind of step by step. But I showed up every single day, Monday through Friday, reel carousel. So some weeks it would be 3 reels, 2 carousels, and then next week vice versa. I use a company called Coffee and Contracts, which I have a code for that if anybody's interested to give you a discount. I pay full price for my Coffee and Contracts, but they did give me a code because I talk about it so much. They have done for you templates. They have real ideas in there. And so I'd usually pull most of my carousels, which for anybody that doesn't know, a carousel is just a swipe through post when there's multiple still posts that you can swipe through.
Thank you.
And then the reels, I would sometimes get ideas from there, sometimes get ideas from when I was scrolling. But I just told myself every day, Monday through Friday, I have a post or a reel up every single day. And it would just force me to show up and force me to think of something to post. And when you prioritize it like that, you will grow and you'll learn. Like, it's just building, it's just reps. Every single post is just a rep. You can see what works, you can see what doesn't work. If you post something that sucks or doesn't get that much engagement, who cares? The good thing is that means nobody saw it. So who cares? You don't have to be embarrassed. Hardly anybody saw it. So it doesn't matter. Just think of it as a rep, and eventually you're going to have one hit and you're going to start to find your groove and what works for you. And then you can go more and more all in on that. And it gets easier and easier, to show up on camera. You do feel a little bit weird at first, but the more you do it, now it just feels like second nature. Like, the more you can force your brain to do hard things that it doesn't want to do, the easier it becomes. And then it's just like nothing. It's like second nature, so easy to do. I always like to say, like, the saying, the hardest thing that's ever happened to you is the hardest thing that's ever happened to you. Like, somebody stubs their toe and it feels the same as somebody else, something actually terrible that's happened to them. Your brain doesn't know the difference. And it's the same thing with doing hard things. So if you can force your brain to do things that you don't like, it's scientifically proven that it becomes easier. You build more resilience, and it's just like nothing to you. It's second nature, and it's just gonna get you to the next level in life. So I know nobody loves to show up on camera, but the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it, and it's just gonna become second nature. And then you can start doing the next hard thing and just build.
Love it. I love it. Do you see many guys that do social media?
Tons. So I always like to, dang it, I'm gonna blank out on this guy's name right now. I just mentioned him at one of our events. What is his name? Dang it. Message me if you're seeing this and you want this specific guy, but I like to mention him because average looking guy, average charisma, doesn't have like some crazy personality where you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy has great energy, I want to be around him. Doesn't look like this crazy good looking Rico Suave that you'd think would be an Instagram influencer. Very basic look, very basic voice, very basic videos, but he just gives straight value. He's blown up to like 1 million followers or something like that because he's just straight, consistent value every single day. And so the pushback that I get a lot is, oh, you looked a certain way with like your blonde hair and your makeup and your team of women, whatever. It's so much easier for you. I'm like, honestly, it's about showing up authentically and adding value. What do you like? What do you find helpful? What are other people going to find helpful? And anybody can blow up with a few tweaks. Like, it does take a few basic things to get going, which again, I don't have enough time to go into all of this, but like a good hook, good lighting, and a good mic, you can do a few small tweaks. And we talk a lot about hooks, what works, what doesn't, but literally anybody can blow up on social media if you're adding value.
Love it. I love it. You guys hear, if you're good listeners, you heard Paige say that she's so busy, she's looking to add more people. That should have been a huge sign. So if you guys are interested in looking at some of those spots, I want you to comment below Paige and I will connect you with her and we'll see if it's a good fit for you to go and learn all the things she's teaching. And she said, guys, you can do it. And so if guys out there are crushing it, I need to take lessons from Paige as well, because you know my Instagram, it sucks. But I'm a door knocker, and that's where I built my business. So that being said, there's lots of ways to get out there and find crazy, crazy business. How many followers are you acquiring a month or a week, or do you even count anymore?
Well, it's all over the place, because if I have a reel go viral, then I'll get like 1,000. I had one reel go crazy viral, and I was getting like, almost 1,000 followers a day. It was crazy. But now, like I said, I'm just kind of maintaining, and I'm just doing my listing videos mainly because I'm kind of the point where I have like, I'm full with how much business I have. But yeah, it just depends. I'm constantly gaining, because as you get more and build more, people will share your stuff. There's just more eyeballs on it. So it's a little bit easier to grow anyways. But yeah, you can grow fast on social media once you figure it out and you show up. And again, it's not the only way to do it. There's so many ways to do real estate. For me, I kind of like the creative side. It's fun for me. But if you want to get deals now, don't expect to start posting on social media and the floodgates to open. It takes a while. It's a long-term game. And what I really say about social media is, if it's really kind of legitimizes you. If you're out door knocking and making connections, you go follow them on social media. They see that you're doing real estate, you're adding value. It just kind of legitimizes your brand and helps build it. But if you want to get deals today, you need to get out and door knock. You need to make your calls. You need to do what we all know you have to do to get deals now. But it is, for me, it's really helpful to build your social media long-term as you're going out and making those new connections. And eventually you'll get to the point where you just have stuff coming from your social media, which is awesome.
Well, guys, that's just a small snippet of what we will train on, what Paige will train on. We're going to do more of these. I'm going to have her on live on our Instagram channel and on our YouTube. So watch for that in the next coming Mondays. I will get her on. I've got to check with her schedule because it's crazy busy. But bottom line is, message me. If you want to learn more about this social media stuff, tell me some of the things you want to know, and find out where she's going to be at with me at our next event. Come see us. But we have a lot of room for growth on our team, and we would love to help teach you some of the things we're doing, from question-based selling to door knocking to cold calling, and a ton of social media influence. We even have Red Suit, who's doing all the fix and flips. He's got the biggest real estate bus tour happening this next week here in Utah. Paige, you're speaking at that, right?
This event, I don't know how he pulls this off, but he has so many of the best people in the industry from all over the country and Canada coming. If there's an event that you come to this year, it should really be this one. He's worked so hard on it. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to hear a ton of the speakers, meet some of the speakers that I haven't met before. So if you can make it out next week on Tuesday, we're doing a fun dinner before that everyone's invited to. The event's going to be awesome. So it's going to be a really good time, and hopefully everyone can make it out.
Awesome. What are 2 things people need to take action on today to wrap up? What do they need to do today from watching this?
Today from watching this, optimize your bio and your social media, and just set a schedule of how much you have to post. It doesn't have to be every single day, Monday through Friday, like I did. If you want to go all in on it, it's a great way to do it. But if you're just like, hey, I'm going to post, set actual days, not like I'm going to post 4 times a month or I'm going to post twice a week. Say on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm posting every week. So you have to post on those days and keep yourself accountable. And then, sorry, this is actually 3 things, but no more doom scrolling on social. Make it intentional. Every time you're scrolling on social media, everybody's doing it. Create some albums in your phone and then just pull from those ideas. It makes it so much easier.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Paige, for being on. Thank you, everybody, for watching our channel. And please comment below. Remember, Paige, comment below, and I'll get you her information so you can connect with her directly. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day.
Guys, see ya.